All right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed the first 3 minutes of the first video. It kind of explains who Salvador Dali was. He was a very eccentric and imaginative person. All right, and he developed a whole focus on imaginative creations. So we're going to make Dali birds today, and we're going to make extended legs. So that first video does show you how to do it, but I feel like my video might give you some more details, all right? So you're gonna hold your paper going the tall way today so that you can make your Dali bird legs as long as possible, okay? And here we go. All right, we're gonna start, boys and girls, up at the top of our paper. I'm gonna slide down, and you can have a choice of going over on this side or on this side for your first bird. I'm gonna kind of come up towards the top so I have enough room. I'm gonna make a circle for the head. Oh, you know what? This paper is so damp. Hold on a second. Sorry. Let me try that again. The paper is very, very wet. All right, let me start that again. So here's your fingers. Slide down. You can move over to the side and make a circle for the head. And then you can make the body below it with another circle. You could also do a half circle if you wanted to. On this one, I'm going to make the beak sideways. I'm going to make 2 little zigzag lines just like that. Remember, you can stop and pause this video as much as you need to. I'm gonna make a little circle here and make a little rainbow inside it and make a little eye. I'm also gonna make some cute little feathers off the top of its head. So I'm gonna make some little curved lines with some little circles. And I'm gonna come over and make a wing. You can make your wing have zigzag lines. I'm gonna make mine have rounded lines to show the wing, just like this. All right. And we'll do the legs in a minute. I'm gonna come over and make a second bird. All right, I'm gonna make this one facing the front. So I'm gonna make a circle here, make it a little bit lower to make it more interesting. Some little eyes here. And I'm gonna make a little beak with a little V. And I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to add in a, some wings. I'm gonna make a body first, so I'll make a big body. I'm gonna make some wings in the front. See that? Little curved lines on this side. Again, little curved lines. Okay, and I could make some little feathers on top of its head. Why not? And I'm gonna make one more bird, boys and girls. I'll make another bird facing the other direction like they're facing each other. I'll make a little circle here. This one I'm gonna make a little straight line and a curved line. I'm gonna make some little tail feathers coming off the back of it. I'm missing tail feathers here. So I'm gonna make some little tail feathers and some little tail feathers there too. And I'm gonna make a little beak here sideways and an eye. I can make some little feathers on top of its head. And I can make a little sideways wing. I'm gonna make a curved line in the bottom and zigzag the top on this one, okay? Then to make the legs, wherever the leg is in the front, like this guy, his legs are in the front, so I'm gonna make a little curved line and show where the legs come out. I'm gonna make 2 lines down, but then I'm gonna stop and make big knees. That's one of Dali's favorite things. And I'm gonna crisscross these legs. That's silly, right? And I can make 3 little feet. And this one here, I'm gonna come down. This leg's in the front, so I'm gonna make his leg come down, make a big knee. The other one's behind it, so I'm gonna make a knee here too. And I could crisscross those legs too if I wanted to. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm gonna make 1, 2, 3 lines at the bottom for its feet. And I got one more bird here, so I'm gonna make a little curved line for where the leg comes out. And a little knee, and another line, and a knee. And then I can just simply draw in, maybe this guy will have straight legs. And you can also put in a ground if you wanted to. You can keep the background simple and have lots of fun with color, boys and girls. If you notice on this one, I used oil pastels. So I colored the birds in with oil pastels. I did a mixture. I thought about that color wheel to help me. So I did a mixture of yellows and oranges on this bird. This one I did reds and pinks and purple. And on this one, I did blues and greens and light blue. So you can pick any sort of colors that you want to. All right, you could use crayons. You could use your crayons, or you could use oil pastels. You could use your markers too, all right, to help you as well. All right, so I'm gonna go in with my oil pastel. I'm gonna make this bird orange. So I'm gonna use a light orange, a yellowy orange, and like a red color, okay? Because those are near each other on the color wheel. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna get my orange in first, okay? And what I'm gonna do is, this is oil pastel. So I'm gonna go in and put a little shadow on the bottom of my bird and on the bottom of its head, see that? Then I'm gonna go in with my yellow, where's my yellow? And I'm gonna blend the colors, see? Isn't that beautiful? Looks like a sunset, doesn't it? So I can go in and I can blend that yellow and orange together. Look how pretty that looks. Don't forget to pinch your oil pastels if you're using them today. Pinch it at the bottom, okay? And then I could do an accent color for the feathers. I could do like a red color for the feathers and for the feathers on top. And I could blend that with orange because red and orange touch each other on the color wheel, right? So I could do those two colors together. See that? And you could do the same thing. You could do blues and purples. You could do a mixture of different colors from the color wheel, okay? So you could do yellows and oranges and reds, yellows and greens. You could do blues and purples, also called violet, or violets, pinks, and reds. All right, so you can have a lot of fun adding in the color. Then once you're done, I'm gonna make this big orange. Once you're done, I'm just gonna take this one bird and kind of show you how you can take your your watercolor paints, you can go right over it. So if I did this, my bird's all in warm colors, I could use cool colors to color in the background. I could do a mixture of green. I could do green and yellow. See, here's a green, and I could do a touch of yellow, doing circle motions to get that ground in, all right? And for the sky, I could do some different shades of color. I could do blues and purples, right? I could do a blue and purple sky. You could do blue and magenta, which is like a reddish purple. You could do blue and red, that would make a purple if you don't have purple, okay? So see that? And you can go right on top. I'm just showing this one bird, but you can go right on top, right over the oil pastel. See, wherever the oil pastel is, it will stay that color. Isn't that special? This also works with crayons, so you could do crayons as well to do this. If you do marker though, you're probably not gonna want to have it go right over it because it will bleed it. Let me show you what I mean. If I come over here and I do with marker this bird, okay, so I could blend in red, again, adding the shadow, and I can add some orange on top, which is very beautiful, red and orange again. You can really color your birds any color you want to, boys and girls. So I did red, and I'm having red touch orange because they're next to each other on the color wheel. If I go and I add watercolor paints on top of this, right on top, it's going to bleed it and it will make it blend together. So you don't want to do that, okay? So I have to be very, very careful when I'm going in with my watercolor paint. See, I'm gonna have to be so careful, take my time and go slow. You can go up to it, but you don't want to get too close to that marker, okay? Don't go right on top. See how I'm not going on top for this one because I used the marker, but you could go next to it. You could also add in, to be safe, you could add in a black crayon. Let me see where my black crayon is. You could go over with black crayon where you drew, or do with your Sharpie marker, and it will kind of block it from the water touching. So it's another option, or you could use your oil pastels too, okay? So on this one, if you're using washable markers, don't let the watercolor paints touch your marker part because it will bleed it. All right, boys and girls? Otherwise though, on the oil pastel side, you could go right over it. Same thing with crayons. You can go right over the crayons if you did crayons, okay? All right, can't wait to see these Dali birds. Don't forget, paint the whole thing in, or you could color the whole thing in. Have fun with this. You can add all kinds of details to your bird, little spots in different shades of color, all right? You can add more than 2 knees if you want to. I don't know. You be creative, all right? Can't wait to see your work, boys and girls.